battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Need guidance on life, auto, or homeowners insurance? Contact Kate Woolman State Farm for all your insurance needs. Rates can be more affordable than you think, and protecting what matters most to you is important. Call Ben at 719-539-6265 and he'll set you up with what you need. That's 719-539-6265.
Everybody?
Everybody. Everybody roll. Yes, I do as well. I also need to move you all to the map. Oop. I don't know if that worked. There we go. Now it worked. I'm just using your other character art, but I've changed your names. Alright. Draken, what you get?
That is a 17.
17. William?
That would be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Teffie?
7.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Big 10?
10.
10. Laborious.
I also got a 10.
Nice, we'll let you two fight over what that is.
My dexterity is only +1.
Okie dokie. With this map in front of you, you can very clearly see who's around as well, and that there's quite a few others. Although these ones have smaller caliber rifles. Only the two Pathfinders, well, actually Vivian and Teffie, have these larger caliber rifles, as William does not carry one with him. To start, William, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I do need to get closer. I can't shoot him from that far. So I am going to use my movement to fly up and a little bit forward, so I'm not in the way of any of my comrades. I'm just getting a little bit closer. So this fella is now within my range.
Ooh, I should go over to this.
And for those paying attention to the Owlin who just flew a little bit closer to the baddies, he takes out 2 hand crossbows and fires them both.
Nice.
At them. So the first is a 23.
23, oh yeah, that hits.
And so that will be
Oh.
10 piercing damage. And then the second for the whatever that's called. Let's see here. 2-weapon fighting bonus action thing. Much worse. That is only 10, which I assume
10.
misses.
Yeah, that flies off and embeds into the ground, bolt, disappearing into the snow.
So just the first, and that's the extent.
First shot, though, coming and landing square in between two of the carapaces. As it hits, you can see splats of green ooze come out, but it just keeps running forward. Their eyes are intent on the three running away from them. After William, it is Draken's turn.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. Using my full movement, 30 feet, to carry the injured. But, Tora Luke, that was their name.
Tora Luke.
So
I'm going to move actually all three of you, because you'll be moving at the same time. Shaboop.
all right. I am readying my action in case they come within 5 feet of me. I'm going to attack them. And looking over at Commander Groan, I'm just going to say, when they hit us, get to the wall.
As you look over at him, he looks over at you, and there's just a big grin on his face.
All right. It's my turn.
Your turn over. It is a few of them. Oh. It's the wrong one. Up. This guy will get up to you, so it will trigger one of your attacks.
Heck yeah. Okay. Letting go of the injured person, I'm going to swing around, pull out my long sword in my left hand, and equip my shield in my right, and I'm going to swing.
Swing away.
$23 to hit.
Oh, 23 hits.
Okay. Oh, that's juicy. 13 piercing slashing damage.
13 piercing slashing damage. That...
Do I get my second attack?
Oh yeah, you get the full thing.
Going again. Much less good. 12.
12 doesn't hit. This creature coming across, you bring your blade up, catching part of its carapaces and chopping one of its extra limbs completely clean off, and try to bring it around, but it dodges down. It almost seems impervious to the pain that you've just given it by cutting one of the limbs off. Comes around and starts preparing itself, not losing any of its momentum, still running. Doesn't actually get any of its attacks because they had to all dash this turn around. So, we're coming around to BT or Aborius.
Go ahead, Aborius.
I do not see myself on the map.
Oh yeah, you're totally not. I forgot to add that image to this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna confuse everyone. This guy's not here. He ended up somewhere else. So I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna rename him. And then I'm gonna give him to you. Nice. This is you. Here, I'll change his outline actually color to purple.
Excellent.
Wait, what just happened? They both went to blue again. Why? There we go. There you are.
All right. Boreas is going to take a moment to size up the injured individual that's being carried. How heavy does he look from this distance?
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 18.
18? Okay, passive's high enough not to have to ask for a roll for it. Probably about 145, but with the equipment, maybe 160.
How far away is he?
Actually, let me know that. You can measure that out.
85. Okay, I see. Excellent.
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 I'll doing something that I myself have never done before. I'm going to wild shape into a giant eagle.
Okay.
I'm going to say Frodo. Same outcropping of stone.
And then I'm going to...
Is that a bonus action or an action for you?
I'm trying to... Yeah, let's see. Wild shape.
I think it's an action for you.
That is an action.
Okay. Action, wild shape.
I have my bonus action and my movement. I don't think I have anything I can do for bonus action. But... I should be able to... close to them. Flying. About right here.
Excellent.
Actually, we're gonna go back just a wee bit. Right there. And I'm flying.
Yeah, we are going to mark you with some wings to show that you're flying in the air. You all just see a Boreas take one step close to the edge, fall off, and then burst into almost a cloud of greenish smoke as their form splits and tears away from itself, turning into a giant eagle as they swoop down towards these fleeing individuals. Big Tin.
And that's my turn.
Nice.
Okay, I am going to target this one.
The one that Teffie did? Yeah.
Is this the one Teffie did?
Yes.
Oh.
Teffie hasn't had a turn yet.
Oh, no, not Teffie. William.
It doesn't matter. Target this one. The radius will be 20 feet centered on that one, so it should include this one as well.
It will, yeah.
Fireball.
Oh my gosh.
When and how did BT learn Fireball?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I'm asking!
Well, that
16.
one was 13. What's the DC? 16 for you?
16.
16. Okay, so the one that you threw it at got a 13, he failed. The other one got an 18, he succeeds, so he takes half damage. Nope, not bad. Not bad. 15.
What's he?
It's 25.
25. 25. 25 full.
25 full, 12 half. The one that was shot by William with the bolt lodged inside itself running forward. This little ball just flies out from BT, slams into it, and you hear a brief as it ceases to exist, and the flame wrapping around the one in the back seems singed but continues running forward. A new scorch mark with melted snow marks where the first one used to be. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. He's gone now. Is that all of your turn?
That's it for now.
That's it for now. In that case, it comes around to Oral Vival, who did not roll too well. She's going to take a shot at the one that you slashed at, Draken. That is a very poor shot. It misses. Flies by as it lurches from your second attack, also throwing her off just slightly. You all hear her curse just briefly under her breath as the second shot she takes hits with a 24. That's higher than 24. That's an 18, not a 16. 26. It slams into the skull of this creature. That's the wrong dice. Those are 6s. I need 8s. That's 1. You deal 13 to it. As this bullet slams into it, Draken, you see it exit out the other end, an explosion of carapace, splattering the snowscape behind as it falls to the ground, gone. That is all of her turn. Which means now it's Teffie. Now it's you.
Yay. I have a question about my rifle.
Yes.
And how it works. So one of the properties of it is that it has a reload, which usually takes up a whole action, right?
Bonus action for you to reload.
Okay. Even though I have proficiency with it.
That is because you have proficiency with it.
Ah,
It would be
okay.
an attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's inconvenient. Also, I have a question. So in your description that you manually had entered, it says it deals 4d10 plus dex, but then in the damage it says 2d10.
Yeah, ignore the damage one.
Okay, so
look
go
at the
with what you
text
wrote
one. Yeah.
Nice, because this is a custom rifle.
Yep.
All right, Teffie is going to. Okay, we're within 200 feet. Teffie's going to go ahead and select this guy who she's trying to ping. That guy.
Nice.
And let's see. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit.
Yes. Okay. Well, then I am going to reload and try it again, baby. 2 attacks per action. Okay.
Nice.
Does an 18 hit?
18 hits.
Okay, very good. Let's see. And the d10s are the percentile boys. I probably should have figured this. I should have gotten these out before my turn. Wasn't thinking.
It's okay. It's been a pity since we've done a combat like this. While you're rolling those and getting those out, William, this is a very loud crack. You're used to rifles firing and cracking off behind you. This is louder than you expected. And just to your right, when you fire, Teffie, Vival goes, "Goodness, what is inside that?" as she sees you quickly pull the bolt action out. And as the bolt expended cartridge is still flying, throwing in the next bullet and slamming it down and firing again.
21 damage, please.
As
Of
this
the piercing variety.
Good lord.
explodes. Draken, you saw one of them have a very big explosion. Your thoughts of, wow, that was a big explosion. Some of my friends would be impressed. This other one, the entire top half of it is just gone. Very suddenly. First there's one loud and then another followed by...
I'd like to imagine this is just for flavor. You know Kids' Choice Awards, Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards,
yeah.
when they slime
You've been
people?
slimed.
Yeah, it's literally like a cannon of slime went off in my face. And there's also bits of like bug intestine and brain.
You, after Teffie, is Commander Groan, who very quickly puts down the other Pathfinder, pointing a certain direction. He's awake and conscious, loosely holding the rifle, his own rifle, pointing upwards. And Commander Groan's pulled out his own, which is another one that looks... I mean, it's like an elephant rifle. This thing is bigger. It's bigger than it should be. And he just levels it, holds it, kind of like a shotgun. Not a way you would typically think, kind of a bravado move, and fires it at the one in front of him. So glad he has advantage with these things. Yeah, he got a 26 to hit. This rifle also has a very loud accompanying boom to it. Only he's rolling d8s, not d10s. 3, 6. I have to roll poo-poo though. It's very bad. Oh, very bad. Still enough as he deals 20 damage to this one in front of him. Again, this thing seems to get split in half, but only at the bottom. It slams into the bottom where its major portion of the body and torso connects and rips straight through it. This one also falls as he looks over at you, very much in that Pedro Pascal to what's his facey in the car.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage, there it is. Nick Cage, smiling, going, "Welcome to Cuba, Straken."
I'm using my sleeve. I'm gonna wipe my face off and go, you know, Commander, no matter how many worlds I've been to, I'm still surprised.
Yeah. It's pretty great here. Wait, worlds? Moving on to these other ones, who skitter for a moment closer, but stop, seeing most of their companions already gone, and turn around to leave. They start running back. They don't last very long as the other rifleers start gunning them down as well. That cloud behind you, though, is getting closer, and Drake, and you know exactly what it is. As this giant eagle, green in nature, comes landing right in front of you.
See what I mean?
I don't know what that is. Hey.
Telepathically, I'm going to say to the three of them, I'm here to pick you up and take you back.
Him first. Pointing down at the injured one. He still sits there on his knee, pointing, watching.
I can carry 480 pounds.
Well, I am 270 pounds without my armor on. So I think you're going to have to take us. I think you take the injured guy and we'll walk back.
So it is.
I'm just not saying anything. I'm just going to help up the injured person and get them on your back.
He coughs and
I will fly them back.
it's on the back. The commander looks at you, Drake, and like, we should get to the wall, let them know what's coming.
Yeah.
He scuttles to the wall with you all.
Shoo-ba-dee-doo-boo-boo.
Shibbity boop 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 boop. Gonna move these two. As soon as you get back, Boreas, with this injured Earth Ganassi, a few surgeons come up on field medics, there we go, come up and grab him, put him on a gurney, and take him away. There are these 4 BT, Teffie, and you actually, Aborius. You see these 3 spined protrusions, one sticking out of his right thigh, one out of his right side abdomen, and another one just underneath his right collarbone. William, you know what these are. These are flinger spikes. Those things will keep digging deeper into his skin the more he moves until they are removed. And they have an anticoagulating effect. If he's unlucky enough, he'll bleed to death before they can even dig deep enough to affect his internal organs. One by one, though, Aborius, you can help the other 2 at the bottom of this 50-foot tall wall get to the top of it easily enough, as this cloud in the distance gets even larger.
I will do that. And when we're done, it's like a swirl of spores and green, and I turn back into Aborius.
As he does, you hear a very loud bang come from behind you. There's a shake in the ground as one of these metal devices on this tower explodes at the tip. And then the next one does, and the next one does, and then the next one does, and then the next one does.
Raising.
Oh, gosh. It happens every...
Mm-hmm.
In the distance, a few seconds later, you can hear and see the marks of explosions coming. Commander, who's your friend? I'll let him introduce himself. Where's the general? Seeing to the big boys, if I'm right. Good. He looks at the other 3, gives you a confused look, and then... Like, Draken, stay alive.
Can't promise you anything.
At the very least, promise you'll help. Oh, fill them in.
I'm gonna turn to whoever is remaining. I'm not exactly sure why he's letting me explain. I'm not exactly sure where I am. But I can at least tell you what's coming. And then I explain. What's coming? I forget. I don't think you've actually explained that.
I loosely did, I think, a little bit. There is...
I know about the giant
group.
bugs.
Yeah, there's an assault group that was forming around. Commander Groan, Finder Luke... I always forget his name, and I gave it to him. Tora Luke, there we go. Tora Luke were planning some kind of sabotage mission to hinder this assault group from getting closer to the wall. You gather it didn't go too well, and Drake and you kind of gloss over some of those details.
Like right towards the end.
Right towards the end. And I don't know if you want to go into too much detail, but Vival, to kind of entice this thought, will look at you with a raised eyebrow. Perhaps we should also have consideration... Hang on. Did you hear all that? Yes, ma'am. Spread the word. Yes, ma'am. One of the soldiers starts running off and spreading the word. Giant bug? That's not disconcerting at all. William, what do you think? Giant bug? You scared? Ooh.
No more than usual, sir.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
I'm going to conclude. I'm going to, jump in a little bit and go, yeah, before I forget. Drake and Nye, son of the Dragon Isles of Parkoth, guardian of Lathos.
No one says anything for a moment, seemingly, and so William Fluvio, Pathfinder. A pleasure to meet you, I'm sure.
I shook her hand. Well met.
Aborius will slightly bow and say, Aborius.
I do this just absent-mindedly. I just do this. Good to meet you.
Not sure what most of those words meant in your title, but Teflesicatan.
Thank you for the shots. I can tell it was your gun.
Haven't used it in a while. It's been good to get some practice in.
And that is a giant robot cat.
First of all, yes. Second of all, he is called BT, and he's our friend.
Oh.
BT.
My apologies. BT.
Right. Pathfinder Vival, you said something about a giant bug. Can you a little more detail, please? We have many kinds of giant bugs. There are stampeders, there are flingers, there are chasers.
I've known a giant bug, and he was very fun.
You're going to have fun, William.
I always do. Drake, you might start with how big is big?
I give you the exact dimensions, which was 50. You said 50 feet at its largest. Is that tall or length?
A radius.
Oh, in general. So in D&D world, it's 50. It's a 50-foot square radius. Okay, got you.
Probably towers up to close to 40 feet.
Gotcha.
In size going up.
It's got some sort of metallic casing on its carapace of shiny.
Just what it's made of naturally as a bug, or does it have some sort of additional armor to it? Like
It might be
manufactured
natural.
shiny?
I couldn't. We were running, so.
Series of explosions again from the towers behind you.
Very quickly, passive perception of 16. Are there any, like, mini barrels of ale around here?
No, you're in the front, what you can very well tell to be the front line of what is soon to be a combat.
For flavor, Teffie took her ale from the tavern with her, and it's like half drunk, sat next to her.
Correction, on one of the
Next to her rifle.
ballistids, there is a half-drunk cup of ale sitting there.
Anybody gonna finish that?
Teffie just kind of gestures.
I take the whole thing down. And like you see, like this weird thing happens. It almost looks like my lower jaw slightly dislocates in order to allow more fluid in. And on closer inspection, I forgot to mention this about the character. All of the teeth in his mouth are sharp and curled backwards. And he very clearly has a forked tongue that you can see occasionally while he talks, and the scales on his muzzle are slowly turning white, like a scale at a time. As he gets older, it kind of looks patchworky.
Something I'll give all of you, because you'd be educated enough on species and races of Nathriel. Dragonborn don't look like that. They don't have forked tongues. They don't have teeth that go back.
Aborius is watching him intently.
Yeah, Teffie notices it, but doesn't bring it up because there are more pressing matters at hand.
Oh yeah, this is a good thing. How many fingers do Dragonborn have in this world?
5.
Because that's 5? Okay, yeah, so do I. I was going to say, because some text in D&D says they only have that they have
Like,
this kind of a setup going on.
No, they got 5. 5 phalanges.
Same. Anyway, So I gather that this is Iridai. Where exactly are we?
Town called Cubus, just on the edges of Nworq Empire and Balashtar.
Would anyone happen to have a map?
Teffie pulls out that same map from earlier from the same unknown location and unfurls it for him.
It's a map.
I'm gonna take out. Oh, go ahead.
It is a map of Iridai.
Got you. I should have a map of. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it. One second. Would I have a map of Andrea, considering who I was with for a long period of time?
Yeah, I think you would.
It would be almost like what
Really
we would
faded.
have. Yeah, is
And
like
old.
okay, got you. I'm gonna pull that out, and I'm gonna ask: is this recognizable to anybody?
Boreas would recognize at least the land makeup, right?
You would, Aborius, actually, upon looking at it, you would immediately recognize that's Andrea, and that's pre-unification. It still has Recloria and Lebon, and the Shallows Estates, and the individual names of the islands to the north. Now it looks very different, and on his map, it lacks the corrupted lands left from the wars that took place.
That is a very, very old map of Andrea.
Well, a buddy of mine is very, very old. So nobody recognizes the name Parkoth. Great. Well, that would explain why none of my magic is working. At least in part. Well, it hasn't happened before.
What do you mean by that? What's Parkoth got to do with magic?
Another
I'm a
series
paladin.
of explosions from the towers.
My magic is directly connected to my tie with my god, and I'm gonna touch the emblem on the center of my splint armor, and it looks like a hand.
Database check.
Yeah, you can give me a religion check if you'd like.
I also am interested in if that makes any sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to do a religion check as well, considering my Quadropolis upbringing.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
Quadropolis,
here who
yeah.
doesn't care is a Boreas.
Everybody else is like, ooh.
But Boreas is like, no, you're more interesting than that.
16?
16. Who else rolled?
I rolled
I
a
rolled a
13,
6.
Oh, a 6 and a 13.
but I got an ancient database.
Yes, you do have an ancient database. Teffie, you do not recognize that symbol.
Heard, Chef.
BT, you do not recognize that symbol. Even through the entire database. Never comes up.
And I see his broken connection.
Looking at him, he waves in such strange ways. There's almost a duality to his energy. A mix. Like something looking at paladins here, you would see that there's a divine touch to all of them. With this one, there's a different kind of touch. It's almost like another sentient touch. Not deific. and there is no deific divine touch. But instead of like inside this world where you would see waves going like this, he's going like this. In a very opposite direction.
Not from this world, are you?
I'm thinking not from something similar, though, if you recognize this, at least.
No.
I'm
But I see enough.
talk about the map.
I see enough of you to recognize you're not from here.
Great. You guys wouldn't have happened to heard stories of, hold on, let me count how many people were in my group. Hold on. About 4 random people showing up throughout this land. A magus, a dwarf. Emma was an elf, right? Is that what you said?
Aragon.
Aragon, kind of like that guy. And I point at William. Except not an owl.
No. Well, would Teffie have heard of them in any of Quincy Quimbendale's works? Perhaps.
Ooh, that's a good shout. Give me a history check.
Would Aborius or any of the collective have heard of them from Andrea?
For this, I won't give it to you directly, Aborius, but give me a history check as well.
Okay.
Do you have any more specific information? I do apologize, but what you stated is quite vague.
23.
It's kind of the point of our group.
22.
22. For Teffie, there is a very peculiar story from Quincy's journals depicting Harangon, who he describes as eccentric and excited for... how to put this gently? Murdering everything in sight. And for you, Aborius, the word Valisor comes very cleanly to your mind. You do know of a magus named Valisor who fought in the wars of Andrea on loan from the Quailin government. It is an act of mutual understanding and mutuality in fighting off a great evil. You yourself didn't exist back then, but the collective has that inside their general memory.
I know.
I heard a tale when I was younger about a Harangon who was more of a shoot first, questions later sort of fella. Except he never really got around to the questions, just kind of up to killing.
Is that familiar? Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like Emma.
I'm just gonna nod my head. That'd be them.
I know of a name, Valisor. Does that sound familiar to you?
That would be one of the other ones, yes.
That's 2.
At what times? Like, how long ago?
Don't know if the collective actually pays much attention to time.
It would take It would take a moment of computing, but Aborius, you would be able to compute about 37 cycles.
37 cycles.
I don't really have a time frame on it, because it was put out by a children's author who has been going for decades, but is also still active. So I don't know when the tale might have been released.
I only ask because time gets a little wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly. You three seem like you actually know what you're talking about when conversing with this person. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the front line. William, learn. Vivor looks through his scope and like,
Will do.
William, you're part of this army, yes?
In the short answer is yes. Yeah. Is there something I can assist you with?
There wouldn't happen to be any ale stored around anywhere. It's been a couple of weeks since that was my first drink in a little while. It's been a very weird 3 days.
An individual of needs. Follow me. They'll take him back to the tavern.
Teffie comes with.
Oh, Boreas definitely follows.
I guess I follow the group.
you've got maybe 20 minutes before you need to be back up here. That horde is not slowing down.
That's just enough time.
Teffie makes note on her watch.
Which we have discovered is a canonized thing, much like Tangerine, who was gifted to Teffie by their parents. A brief respite just inside the wall, actually. Between the two, there is an area where you can get rations. On command, the person divvying them out gives Dragon some rations and then probably looks at him with a confused, half-angry look as seconds and thirds are then handed as well.
Yeah, once again, you guys, as you see me, like, let's say one of them's like a turkey leg, I literally, like, the entire thing, and then, like, pull it out almost almost like a cartoon, where it's almost like a fully clean bone when I'm done.
This whole time, you can hear the fire of what you know to be called, William, artillery getting shot on top of these towers, followed by distant booms getting closer.
William, it would be
You were William.
the furthest. Sorry, Draken. I'm William.
You are William.
First time, guys. First time. Draken, it would be the furthest from my mind to insult you, of course. And you are an individual seemingly from another plane. Will you be able to function after ingesting in this manner?
I just slowly but surely, this grin just spreads across my cheeks. I'm like, you got a lot to learn about me. And I like order just like one of those small barrels, and I take my hand axe and I flip it around to like the pokey side, and I just create my own hole. And I drink the entire thing in front of you guys.
Shotgunning a keg.
Uh-huh.
Respect.
And then I finish with a long belch, which I wish we had a sound for. Let's see. Do we?
We've only got farts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we never added a belch. Teffie, while he's chugging that, your 14 comes into play. It dawns on you. 2 whole solas BT's been traveling with you, and you're finally realizing he's smaller than he used to be. Enough so that
Like how
doorways
much
aren't a
smaller?
problem.
Oh.
A lot.
A lot smaller.
Teffie does like a slow
Turn in her seat like a
Turn.
Bond villain.
Yeah, just a slow turn and just looks at him, just like up and down. I was like, hold on a minute, you were bigger. You were significantly bigger.
Yes, I was.
What happened? Are you alright?
Hopefully in time. Experimentation. Using primordial energy and teleporting. The first time I tried it, I lost a paw. This is the result of when I did it again. I lost 2/3.
Okay, so you're going to be able to recover? I know you don't grow like regular organic creatures do.
This is the way I'm gonna be for a while.
Alright, well, if we find any more of that living metal stuff, I'll
That would be
save
awesome.
it for you. So you can bulk back up again. It's weird having you little.
I get around easier.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly more useful to have you in the rooms with us rather than having to stick your head in a window.
I can't take damage the way I used to either.
Oh, yeah. Goodness. Very strange. Is that how you ended up here then? I wasn't expecting you to come along on this journey.
No, it's not how I ended up here.
Alright then. Keep your secrets.
Draken's loud belch sounds at that point.
I'm gonna set down the barrel back on the, and I'm gonna go into my coin purse and I'm just gonna drop a couple gold pieces down. Look at the bartender and say, "For the war effort, I guess."
He's giving
I'm
you
gonna
a very strange look as he scrapes the coins over.
I'm gonna turn to this motley crew before me and ask, "So what sort of world
Just so it said,
ending?"
William is not motley.
So what sort of world-ending calamity is afflicting this realm?
Several, actually. To start off with, we have some sort of demons invading from another plane. We also have currently what you've been experiencing now are the Nworq just bursting out of nowhere about 37 cycles ago, just kind of gradually wreaking havoc on this continent. And then also separately, there's a larger thing where some of the gods maybe don't want to do this anymore. So we've got a lot going on.
In fairness to you, Draken, I was only aware of one of those items. So,
Well, nothing new under the sun, even if it is a different sun.
Teffie, you hear in your head fear go, "Did you just call us a god?"
In her head, no, I was referring to the gods who imprisoned you, and they're just trying to do it all wrong. I wasn't going to bring up the primordials, but everyone knows what a god is.
Real quick,
Fair point.
because of the awkward, I'm sure Teffie's face cannot fully hide the fact that she's talking to someone in her own head. So I'm going to insight. Oh, what is my insight? Oh,
That's a good question.
17.
I passed a perception of, or insight to whatever it is of 18. I don't know if I just know.
Well, Teffie, I think that'd be up to you.
Yeah, if you want to roll to contest it, or...
Not really. I'm just... You guys can see that I'm clearly lost in thought, but you... and, like, having multiple thoughts that could be with each other, arguing two sides of something, but you don't know who I'm talking to, or even for sure that I am talking to someone.
Okay, well, I clock it, just so you know. I clock that
Until
little
debate.
that little thing. Okay. Knowing that Teflessa has a watch, I ask, Teflessa Katan, how much time do we have?
10 minutes? 5 minutes? Probably time to head back? Question mark.
Probably should.
You see more platoons of soldiers going towards the entryways to get to the top of the wall. Looks like they're calling in more people.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think we need to head back up.
Okay.
What's the moss or fungal area look here?
A clean city. I mean,
Clean city.
clean of dirt in that way. You're in the wrong spot to be seeing moss right now.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
Good
Do you
check.
need a plant for something?
No, not really. Currently.
Okay.
More
Because this whole
curiosity.
time, Teffie has been bringing with her, like, a sapling.
No, not that type of plant.
Okay. It's in my notes. It's in my background that I have a plant that I bring with me.
Yes, you do. Not big enough for traveling via plant, but you do have a plant with you.
Oh, that's what he needed it for. Okay.
Well,
I have no
not
idea if that is, but I'm
specifically
just
that.
throwing that out
No,
there as random
communication.
information.
We can wait on that though. Boreas will hold the information until he can.
Yeah, I guess we head back. Everybody's ready.
Heading back up, you find Commander Groan has returned, is speaking with Vival. Addresses and looks at the two of you, or the lot of you, and like, William, I hear you've been handed the command. Happy to leave it with you. That was a difficult journey.
Yes, sir.
You still got time if you want to head out now.
If you think that would be wise, I will go now.
Depends on your party. Are you ultra equipped and ready? Just in case this doesn't go well. From what I understand from High General, what they have is important, and it needs to be done. I would hate to see you all fall in a assault, despite what's coming.
Yeah, I haven't even had time to unpack or anything, so I'm ready to head out.
Where exactly are you four headed?
He walks over,
Upriver,
puts a hand
into
on
the
your
heart
shoulder.
of the matter.
As she's saying that, right back where we came from, buddy.
Great. Why? If you don't mind me asking.
There's a destination up at the source of the river called the Knowing's Notch. It has information that I need, answers.
Through the years traveling with your companion, Draken, you have heard various stories of this place. The Knowing's Notch would be one that you know supposedly houses something that could explain a few things going on to you right now.
I'm gonna pull out my journal. You guys see it's like a well-worn leather journal that like has pieces of paper like sticking out of it, like I've shoved other notes into it. And I'm gonna flip it open, and I'm gonna pull out pretty much the equivalent of a sticky note off of this thing. And it's gonna be all the information that I know about the Knowing's Notch, and I'm gonna hand it to Teffie. Seems one of my old companions might be from here, or at least a version of here. At least know of it.
Teffie reviews it. Is there any new information on this sticky note?
It's written in brief bullet points, if I'm remembering Draken correctly here.
Mm-hmm.
More as
It's like raw information. There's like
Temple of the Knowing used to know him, fought beside him, then he ascended? ?
It seems that fate brought me through that tear, through the rift, here for a reason. believe in coincidences. So if you'll allow it, I'd like to come with you.
What would happen if I just said no?
I would end up following you guys. I think I need you to know that. I don't think you understand how determined and how tied to the idea of fate this character is.
Okay. I mean, you certainly seem competent enough to hold your own in battle, so yeah, come along with.
All right. Well,
As long as you can be stealthy about it. I feel like stealth might be the name of the game on our way.
I'll try my best. But if you don't notice, and I kind of do this this light twirl from side to side, and it's just clank, 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 clank.
Might you have a quieter set of equipment that you could use?
No, but I can, and I'm gonna pull out my bag of holding, and I'm just gonna unbuckle my belt with my sword and stuff like that, and just stick it in.
Maybe we should all get leather armor. It's made of hide.
That would be a
Oh,
useful
no.
thing to do.
Oh no.
Not again.
I only realized you were going for that kind of a joke when I looked at your face.
Not again.
Oh my god.
That was good.
Ah, thank you.
That was
There's
good.
Thank
one in every world, I swear it.
I'd wager there's more than one here, but sure.
Do we need anything else?
My rifle's still up top. I should probably bring
Oh,
that
you
with.
are up top right
Don't.
now. You have to
Most definitely.
Oh,
go up top to
just
meet them.
kidding. Never mind
Yeah.
then.
You mean this
Then
rifle?
She is...
Right there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
North wall or south wall. Either one of those would be a good egress. Looks like they're only coming towards the center here. Whatever we did kept them centered. So, thanks for your help, Draken.
What I do? Seemingly.
North Wall it is, if the four of you would like to follow me.
Start walking that direction. William, stay for a moment.
Of course.
Alright, we start heading, I guess.
So how exactly do you guys measure time in this world? Like, what are the names of things? I need to know these. That's what you hear as I walk, as we all walk.
As you give Draken the brief of this world. Look, I know what he looks like. Not quite that much of a dragonborn. He showed up 3 solars ago, just out of the blue. Everything around me just tore, and out from nothing came him. He's been nothing but a use, as in he's been very helpful. He fights well, and he fights good, and whatever he's doing, I don't get a bad feeling from it. But keep an eye on him. If what we're hearing about these other intruders is true, there's no telling what he'll actually be up to.
Are you saying I should trust but deny access?
Trust, but don't tell him everything.
Yes, sir.
And as always, you're going to the heart of it. We do expect a full report when you get back.
Of course, sir.
William, good luck out there.
I do appreciate that, sir. I will certainly do my best.
Better get going. You don't have much time.
Will do. And And he turns and catches up.
The air may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles